Look at me, Remember when they hated, didn't think we make it. Now they break their neck just to look at me. Remember when I called you and you didn't fall through. Now you hate yourself, you can't look at me, look at me. Yeah. You made me. Yeah. Look at me.
And what up? What's good with y'all? Alright, so I'm pretty sure you guys have known what's been going on the last couple days. The whole situation with my grandmother, I haven't been posting, but you know, I think I'm like done just being isolated and just waiting, you know. As far as updates on my grandmother, things seem to be stable. So since she's stable, I'm just like, man, I need to continue on. I need to do something. I need to get out of this house, and I just need to take my focus somewhere else because I just been in the house just like, man, just going through it. Emotions all over the place, man. I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all that have probably went through this with, you know, family members and stuff that possibly got COVID or been in the hospital for, you know, for a while. Y'all know how that feel, man, especially when it's like, you know, the most important person in your life in the hospital. It's just so hard to focus, so hard to think about things. You know, I've been calling doctors like every 3 hours or so, getting updates, making sure her stats and stuff are still good, making sure oxygen levels are cool. I talk to her on Zoom every day. You know, I'm just letting her get some, I just want to let her get some rest. And like I said, I need to get my mental together, and I just need to go do something and get out this house. But yeah, so today, what are we doing? Today we're about to be heading over to my boy Janky's, and we're about to be picking up the feal coilovers for the 300ZX. Hopefully I'm gonna drive around the parking lot and see how this thing feels, if it made any improvements, and if it's, you know, still hella bouncy or not. But like I said, I need to get out of this house. For me, isolation doesn't do good. I don't know, I just feel like I need to be doing something. I need to adjust and have my focus set to other places. I'm pretty sure y'all can tell that I'm just out of it, but I need to do something, and then this is my way of, you know, keeping my head clear. So, and oh yeah, and one other thing was, you know, when I was talking to Granny, like I said, she wasn't fully there, but you know, I was sitting there singing to her one of her favorite church songs, and you know, she was sitting there smiling, which, you know, made me feel all warm inside and stuff, because that's the first time I've seen my grandmother smile, you know, since she went in there, and you know, we found her in a messed up state. But you know, we was sitting there talking, and I was just like, you know, Granny, I love you. And she was like, I love you too, baby. And I was like, you know, you gotta come home, right? And she was like, I know. And then I was like, here, Pinky promised me you're gonna keep fighting for me, and you know, you gonna come home. And then she was like, I promise you. So she had her little pinky up, and you know, she was making her pinky promise to me over the Zoom. Say, pinky promise, I'm gonna get better for you.
I'm gonna get better for you.
Okay, I'm gonna hold you to that. And then when I talked to her yesterday, I called her on Zoom. She seemed like she was asleep or whatever. So I was just like, Granny, you know, I don't want to bother you. I just want to let you know that I love you. And then she was like, I love you too. I was like, you remember what you told me, right? And then she was like, yeah, I remember. And then she put her pinky up. So, you know, it's good to see that she's still fighting, and you know, she's really doing her best. So I'm just praying for the best case outcome. I know a lot of you guys are praying for me and praying for her. So, you know, I just want to thank y'all. I don't want to make this video too depressing, but you know, just want to thank y'all for all y'all prayers and stuff. Continue to pray for my grandmother, and you know, hopefully hopefully soon we'll be coming out at the end of this. Is what I'm hoping for. You know, doctors are saying that it could go either way still, but you know, I'm just trying to keep positive vibes and just wish for the best and pray for the best, and just keep nothing but positive thoughts in my mind. So if y'all can, you know, I would really appreciate y'all if y'all just pray for her. All right, so just got the Janky's coilovers right here, about to load these things up, and then I'm back to the hut. Good news, I actually just got a call from my granny's doctor, and this is the first time that her doctor has actually gave me like a good update. So she was just like, my granny seemed super feisty, which sounds more like my granny. Said my granny was yelling at him, saying she didn't want to get no labs. So they called me, asking if I could zoom her to talk her into it, because she seems to only, listen to my direction. But I'm juiced about it, man. This is some good news. I'm like, still not out the fire yet, but it is an improvement. This is the first batch of, like, there's signs of getting better, dude. And I can't be happier about this news, man. This whole week has just been, I've been so fucking stressed and just out of it, and finally to get some good news, dude, it's like, bro, it's just such a good breath of fresh air, man. But let me get this stuff in the car, and we're gonna head to the shop, and now I could actually focus and do some work to the 300ZX without having to worry as much today. I'm just now getting to the shop now. I was on a Zoom call with Granny for like the last, maybe about an hour and a half or so. And man, today, just like a complete 360 compared to yesterday. Today was my first time talking to her, with me feeling like she's actually coming out on the end of this, man. This is like the best news, dude. I'm gonna just, I took a little clip. Granny had something she wanted to tell y'all, so I'm gonna drop the clip right here, bruh. And like I said, this is a complete 360 compared to how she was yesterday.
Hello, all of my grandchildren, my great-grandchildren, and all of my YouTube followers. Thank you for your prayers and your blessings, because I'm still here. I'm still above ground.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to stay above ground for a mighty long time.
Remember that? Hey, Granny said she didn't remember much, but she remembered that. She remembered that pinky, huh, Granny? That pinky promise. We actually got some field coilovers coming for this thing too. They're already here. I just need to go pick them up. But this is what we're gonna be messing with today. What the hell is this? Dirty ass transmission. Alright, so these are what the custom valve feels looking like. These are going on the 300ZX. And you guys know that my SC runs field coilovers. The only difference is my SC runs the field coilovers with the Swift springs. I didn't feel I really needed to upgrade to the Swift spring option on here, because these are custom valve and everything for the weight of this car. So big shout out to Phil for setting this all up. And then we also have a set of fields for the Fox body that I need to grab. But 3 out of 7 of my cars run field, and the other 3 runs BCs. Which ones do I prefer? I feel like if you guys had the money and money wasn't really an option, for maximum performance, I would definitely say go with field. But for street driving, the BCs are fine on both my Corvettes. But it's really personal preference. Me personally, I really love field, and the reason why I'm doing most of my switching to field is just for the simple fact that field was more willing to work with me and everything, whereas I had 3 cars that ran BC, and when I contacted them to get some help with the 300ZX, I kind of felt like I got brushed off. And when I contacted Field was more than willing to help. And like I said, my SC ran Field, and I really love them. But now at this point, due to Field being so open and willing to help with with the build and help me spec everything out, and they just showed more love than BC, even though I had more cars with BC coilovers. That's why for me, I felt like it was a good time to make a change. So see if this does anything for the 300ZX, see if it gets rid of all that bouncing that these PPMs currently have. But it's not gonna get any better than what we have right here, because these are custom valved and built around the weight of this car and what I'm doing with this car. So hopefully these things fix all the pogo sticking, but we'll see. Let's get these things on this thing. I decided to pull a car over here, because with that freaking mask on, it's like I can't breathe for shit. So I ain't trying to be around them. So they're inside. I'm over here working in my own little corner. Shouldn't take me that long to get these coilovers on and off. pretty straightforward. 300ZXs are really easy to get coilovers on and off. Right here, these two. And then bam, that one, since this is a coilover, I don't really need to worry about compressing the spring. 3 bolts, that should drop out. Same thing for here. 2 right there, 1 down there, and the whole coilover should come out. So let's get on that real fast.
I mean, we were just sitting back, you know, chopping it up, reminiscing about the good old days and all that. You know, tracking my roots, where I came from and where I'm going. But like I say, man, always said it. It's not about the destination. Nope. It's all about the journey. It's all about the journey, baby. Ain't nothing changed but the weather. The dangling carrot.
All right, so just got this thing all done and on the floor, and the rear is way too low. So I'm about to jack this thing back up and raise it up some, because that's just ridiculous. Like, this side is literally sitting on the ground. Like, car ain't gonna move like this. Everything's just sitting on the floor. So I'm gonna raise this side up maybe 1.5 inches, and then drive around the parking lot, see if it feels any better. But definitely gotta raise it up some. I didn't think these were actually gonna be as low as the PBMs, but they're actually it's actually lower. So I'm surprised, because the PBM shock was actually shorter, but for some reason this is sitting lower, which is odd. All right, and this is more mic approved right here. Not too tucked, but not too high. So this is a good stance. This should be functional and should work.
Yeah? Oh yeah.
Close the gate, let's see.
Leave the fox?
Huh?
Leave the fox? Much better?
Much better, bro.
Hell yeah.
Much better.
It didn't look bouncy.
Nah, it feels good.
Hell yeah.
So about to take this thing down the street real fast, just to make sure. It felt good just now doing the little donuts and stuff. Figure eights and everything felt fine. So let me just go down the block and see exactly how this thing feels. See if it feels any better, if it feels bouncy. But I think it feels a lot better. So we're about to see. This feels hella better. I think when I went to that last drift event, probably knocked the alignment off because the steering wheel is crooked, but overall the car feels good, man. This is how it should have felt. For some reason has like a little hiccup, so I need to get that checked out and see what's going on with that. But I mean, the car is driving okay, so I guess that's a good thing. This car steering ain't going too bad on it. Like a little hiccup when I give it like half throttle for some reason. Watch, you can hear it. Let me see, AFR goes rich, so I need to have that checked out. After a little testing, the car doesn't feel nowhere near as bouncy as it did before. Remember last time that thing was bouncing and jumping all over the place? So this actually feels really good. And obviously I haven't been able to try it on the track yet, but I can tell you already that this is gonna be night and day difference, dude. Night and day difference. The only thing I'm probably gonna do is I might raise the rear up a little bit more. Still not feeling how low it is, because it did, you know, drag a little bit on this side, but I am gonna raise it up maybe like another inch or so. But definitely feels better. Definitely feels a lot better. So yeah, I'm happy with that.
I've been going too crazy, these niggas too shady. Speed limit 65, I'm about to do 80. Fuck the niggas hating on, I've been on the come up. You can go to speed, but it's better if you run up. You can ride with a nigga, but I'ma give you a choice. If you really wanna holler, then I'ma give you a voice.